Hi everyone! This is a video tutorial on how to crochet a basket with da-Mira's DIY Crochet Kit. The kit comes with 2 balls of yarn, a 6mm crochet hook, 5 stitch markers, 2 fabric labels, and a needle threader. It also comes with an instruction booklet that includes both written and charted patterns as well as illustrations of crochet techniques. First, I'm going to explain how to read a crochet pattern. The one on the left is a charted pattern and the one on the right is a written pattern. The content is the same, it's just that the one on the left is made up of symbols while the one on the right is made up of phrases and abbreviations. For this video, I'm only going to be explaining on how to read a written pattern since it's a lot easier to understand. So I'm going to be explaining round 6 as an example. This translates to chain 1 and then repeat 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 single crochet for 6 times, and then slip stitch into the last stitch. Okay, so let's get started. First, we start by making the base of the basket. We will begin round 1 with a magic ring. So first, you make sure that the tail of the yarn is facing you, and you're gonna wrap it around your fingers twice as so. Make sure that this part right here overlaps. With your crochet hook, go under the first yarn and grab the second yarn and then twist. Pinch the twist with your thumb and middle finger and then release. Make sure that you are working with your working yarn and not the tail. Chain 1, and then 6 single crochets into the loop. Each of these V's are equivalent to a stitch. Now grab the tail of the yarn and pull it tight to secure the magic ring. Create a slip stitch to complete the magic ring. To create a slip stitch, insert your needle into the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through to create a slip stitch. Now we're done with round 1 and we're gonna proceed to round 2. For round 2, we're gonna start by making a chain 1. Next, we're going to increase in all stitch around. Increase means 2 single crochet into a stitch. Now that I've created an increase stitch, I'm going to grab my stitch markers and mark the beginning of the round. This is going to make sure that you're not going to crochet past the stitch. Now repeat the increase 5 more times and you're gonna end up with 12 stitches. pattern, I included a stitch count for each round, so make sure that you have the right number of stitches before proceeding into the next round. Now to finish off the round, I'm going to create a slip stitch. First, remove the stitch marker since this is where we will be inserting the crochet hook. Insert the crochet hook into the first stitch and then yarn over and then pull through to create a slip stitch. Now we have completed round 2 and we're gonna move on into round 3. So same technique, always start with the chain 1 in the beginning of every round. For round 3, we will be repeating 1 single crochet and 1 increase for 6 times. That means 1 single crochet into the first stitch and 2 single crochets into the second stitch. Don't forget to mark the beginning of the round with a stitch marker. Now repeat 1 single crochet and 1 increase 5 more times. You will end up with 18 stitches by the end of the round. Now remove the stitch marker to create a slip stitch. Insert your needle into the first stitch, yarn over and then pull through. Next, let's proceed to round 4. Start by making a chain 1 and then 1 increase into the first stitch. That means 2 single crochet into the first stitch. Going to make 1 single crochet into the next stitch and then another one into the next stitch. Now we have just completed the first repeat of the round. Attach a stitch marker in the beginning of the round. Continue with the repeat for another 5 times and you should end up with 24 stitches at the end of the round. Remove the stitch marker and create a slip stitch. Now let's proceed to round 5. Chain 1 and then 3 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. First single crochet, second single crochet, third single crochet. Now create an increase into the next stitch, and when you are done, you will have completed the first repeat of the 5th round. Attach a stitch marker to the beginning of the first round. Now we're going to repeat 3 single crochet, 1 increase 5 more times, and you're gonna end up with 30 stitches. It's important to have the right stitch count at the end of each round so that you will have a nice base for your basket. At the end of the round, remove the stitch marker and create a slip stitch. Now let's proceed to round number 6. Start by making a chain 1. For this round, we're going to repeat 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and then 3 single crochet for 6 times. So that means 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 increase into the next stitch, and then 3 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Attach a stitch marker in the beginning of the round and proceed with the repeat for another 5 times. Make sure that you have 36 stitches at the end of the round. Remove the stitch marker and create a slip stitch at the end. At this point, we are done with the base and we're going to move on to the body next.